How's everyone doing? Thanks for joining me on my small engine repair channel. Today's project is this lawn boy with a 4-stroke Tecumseh engine, and it was brought into me saying that it won't start. So let's see if we can figure out why not, and see if we can fix it for our customer. Alright guys, so let's first do a little diagnostic, see why this machine won't start. It's got fresh fuel in it. Let's check the oil. It's low, but it has some oil, enough for us to test it. Air filter is broken, but looks like it would still work. So I'm going to give it a couple of shots of primer. I can hear the primer working. And let's see if it'll fire up. Oh. Okay, I think we found our problem. So let me pull this pull cord, which is aftermarket. And there's zero resistance. So I have a funny feeling that the starter is bad on this thing, the starter recoil. There's little pawls, like little arms that fling out, and they actually mate with a starter cup on the inside in here. And if those pawls don't fling out, then they'll never catch the pawl or the starter cup, which is attached to the crankshaft, so it won't actually rotate. So I'm going to get you up on the bench here, and we're going to take this cover off, and we're going to see if that happens to be our issue. Alright, so they have a couple of aftermarket bolts, not the original bolts holding this gas tank on, so take those off first. Alright, now, again, a couple of aftermarket bolts. There's one Robertson, one Phillips. So obviously someone's been in here working on trying to work on this thing. Yeah. So the pawls are actually right in this area, and they're actually completely missing. So I think these people obviously knew that. They just didn't know how to fix it. So I'm sure I have one of these in my spare parts, and we'll see if we can't fix this one up, or actually replace it, and we'll see if we can get this thing fired up for them. Alright guys, so I found a new used starter recoil in my used parts. I've lubricated it up so it's nice, and we're just going to put this thing back on in the reverse order as we took it off. I'm going to see if I can get a third, maybe even a fourth bolt, but I think they've kind of made their bed, and then these, you know, will have put in their own thread into the housing, so I'm gonna have to put these two back in for sure. And then I'm gonna see about getting a third one for this side here. So yeah, I'll find another screw that's a proper one for that. Okay, so I found a third screw, the proper bolt that goes in there. Put this guy back. This guy went here. So once again, this is the proper screw that should be on the top two there. Again, they've replaced it, I guess, with some regular screws. So we'll have to go ahead and put those back in, because again, they've made their own threads. Back on. It just clips into these two, and then there's two in the back here. Sometimes it's a bit finicky. Try to put these front two in first and then put the back two in. Alright, so now you can see it's already starting, the pawls are coming out and they're hitting against this cup. So alright, now we're going to put it down and see if it will actually start, or if there's any other issues like carb issues or whatever. Alright, so we'll give it a couple shots of a primer. So that looked like it just kind of ran on primer fuel. Oh, look at what we found. I wonder where the other one was hiding. I thought I could find it when I had the hood off, but I didn't see it anywhere. So it just spit this one out. Hopefully the other one doesn't get stuck anywhere where it's not supposed to. So that's one of the what one of those pawls looks like. All right. So it looked like it ran off the primer fuel and then stopped, which indicates a carb issue as well. Just hoping I wouldn't have to do any carb work on this thing, but we'll see if I can clear that blockage. So I've got the brake cable tied off up here, and then I'm going to fire it up, and once it starts to die off, I'm going to try and artificially just prime it. Maybe that'll clear out some of the passageways in there. Alright, so how you know the primer system works. So this looks like it's going to need a carb clean. What I'm going to try first is there's a bolt underneath here that acts as the main jet, and it acts as the bolt to hold this bowl on the bottom of the carburetor. That kind of gets clogged up sometimes. That's usually the main culprit. I'm going to check that out first, clean that up. Hopefully that's the issue. If not, I'll take the whole thing off. I do have a video on how to clean one of these Tecumseh carburetors, and if you want, you can go ahead and click the link now in the top right corner, and that'll direct you to that video. But for now, I think we've got the starter recoil issue fixed up, And hopefully this video was a little bit of educational video for you guys, and maybe you learned something. And if you like the content, please show me some love, give me a like in the bottom there, and if you're not already a subscriber and you like this kind of content, go ahead and consider subscribing as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Till the next video, take care.